Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Coffee Time with Grandpa. And I'm Grandpa. I'm glad you could join me today. Today, we're going to be talking about different pagan paths that people take uh, while they're exploring their options on how to live their lives. Uh, Pagans are a unique breed of people. They're very close to nature and they want to live a good life, a productive life. And a lot of times they are also misunderstood because of Hollywood and the stupid things that Hollywood always comes up with. It's just one of those things that are not very understanding when it comes to religious freedoms. And religious freedoms in a democracy are so important. Um, so here, there are five different paths that I want to explore today. The first one is the path that I am on. I am a Wiccan, uh, which is basically a recent religion that was created uh, back in the late 1800s. It's a modern pagan religion that emphasizes harmony with nature. They worship the balance of God and the goddess uh, because you can't have one without the other, with the practice of the rituals of magic. And most of their rituals and ceremonies are based on the moon and the different seasons that we have, spring, summer, fall, and winter. It's really that basic. That's about as basic as you can get. The number two on my list that a lot of people follow, and mainly in Europe. There's a lot of people that do this in Europe, Scotland and Ireland and England, and they're called Druidry because they're Druids. It's Druidry is similar to Wicca, but more ancient because they go back to the time before the Roman Empire conquered Great Britain. The Druids were very well established. Actually, they're the people that created all those monuments you see around England and Scotland and Ireland. It's the most famous one that I can come up with is Stonehenge. The people at Stonehenge were Druids. Now, they are rooted, most of the religion of a Druid is rooted in a Celtic tradition in England and Scotland due to the Vikings coming over and conquering Great Britain early in its history. And of course, the modern day English people today, they are just everybody is descendant there from the Vikings because the Vikings came over and conquered and brought a lot of their religious views from Norway, Sweden, the Nordic countries. So there, a lot of their uh, teachings and understandings are Germanic related. They concentrate more on the solstices that we have, solstices and equinoxes. Those are sort of between the different spring, in between spring and summer. You have a solstice and you have equinoxes. They are more geared towards that, more geared towards like what people in at Stonehenge did. Now, the third one that I want to discuss is more of it's called a, Asatru, Asatru, which is more of a hedonistic uh, religious path that people follow. And those are the paths that are more directly related to Germanic traditions and the Germanic tribes. In other words, around what is now we call modern day Germany, where I come from. A lot of their myths and mythology comes from this. They usually worship deities like Odin, Thor, Freya. The rituals are about honoring their ancestors. There's a heavy concentration of rituals devoted to the ancestors because they keep their ancestors in high esteem. And they also are very close to the natural world. Uh, Number four on my list is we have to go to the Greek islands and more of Greece and more of the Greek culture because those are the Hellenistic paths that a lot of people take in ancient Greece, like gods that were around then. They called Zeus, Athena, Apollo. Um, they always had great festivals in Greece, and to do so to this day. A lot of the festivals in Greece are related to these gods. They have festivals about Greek culture. Number five on my list is called Kemetism. Okay, Kemetism, and those are the uh, paths that people take when they're involved in ancient Egypt. You know, the Pharaoh dynasties, the gods Ra, and the different pharaohs down through the ages. They were all called gods because people believed that their leaders, the pharaoh, was a god. So he had control, total control over your culture, the way you lived, and Ra and Osiris. Had a lot of astrology, where they built pyramids, built monuments. Temples, huge temples all over Egypt. So this was a very, very spiritual culture, the Egyptians. Number six on my list is called shamanism. The shamanistic path is another path with practices of the afterworld, connecting the spirit world through ritual drumming or journeying by using drugs. They, the Amazon, a prime example of this is in the Amazon. They have a ritual where they drink this liquid that is taken from different types of plants, and it's called ayahuasca, and it causes a person to hallucinate. And of course, they have ritual dances and stuff with the different tribes in the Amazon to this day. This is shamanism. Okay, this is where the spirit world comes in close contact with a shaman, and the shaman relates the message or the spiritual journey that a person should be on. Uh, Number seven, and the last one on my list, which I also am part of this, and that's the Celtic paganism. The Celtic paganism. This is where the paths of many different cultures, many different religions are woven into one. They're mixed with various other parts to create a personalized spiritual path that resonates with an individual. And that's basically, I kind of pluck it out of different, whatever I'm attracted to, because I'm also a green witch, because I'm attracted to plants and stuff. I'm a paganist because I believe in paganistic principles. Uh, so I hope this has brought some insight into which path you might want to follow as a pagan. Of course, I've only mentioned seven, and there are many more paths that you could choose, or you can choose all seven with a combination of each one. It just depends on what is attracting to you, you know, what you believe in, and what makes you spiritually happy. And isn't that the goal of living a good life? To be spiritualistic with happiness. That is the goal. If you're happy with the religion that you have chosen, then so be it. that is the path that you're on, and a path that you will prosper with, and a path that you will exuberate and come out and love to talk about and are excited about it. You know you're on the right track when you get excited about different paths. I hope this was a very informative discussion that we've had. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to leave a comment. Uh, Always like, share, and comment, and subscribe on my channel. It helps me out. Plus, it helps me get the message out to other people. Sending love and blessings from Coffee Time with Grandpa. Bye bye, and blessed be. See you next time. Bye bye.